Welcome back everyone, this is Nino again, and we've got a new tank in the shop that is up for a little review. You might have already seen quite a bit of it, and you might expect a lot from it, but let's put that to the test today. Okay, we are obviously talking about the Kampfpanzer 50T König with a legendary camo. It is called like that, meaning king in German, and Kampfpanzer being the battle tank 50T, 50 tons. So yeah, this is the new tank that we've got, and it is having the highest DPM in the game right now, even topping that Leo that is well known for its great DPM, also being better than the Russian mediums in that regard. But is that really enough for making this tank an absolutely meta tank? Now, I do have my doubts about it. What is this tank like after all? This tank is a medium tank with a decent turret, decent armor, but you might expect to just bounce everything of it, but it is certainly not like that. Everyone will penetrate. That is how it is on this tank. On my first 50 games on it that I played, I just expected to bounce a lot of stuff, and it was absolutely not the case. Literally everyone penetrated me, unless if I got to be hull down, but with only 8 degrees of gun depression you don't manage to get hull down all that often, although it is definitely some decent gun depression. The alpha, by the way, is 320, which is rather uncommon. The E50M recently got nerfed down to the 320 from 350 that it previously had, so the alpha is quite the same. Those tanks are pretty much comparable right now, although I've got to say the E50M is still way better armored. For that it got a bit less DPM than the Kampfpanzer 50T here. But what was really striking out on the 50T for me was the gun. It is feeling awesome, and you can see the accuracy compared to other tank. It is absolutely gorgeous. It just is not the best on the move, but just overall the dispersion is great. You just have an amazing gun that hits basically every shot if you aim in a little bit, and you do have this awesome DPM then that is allowing you to put out massive amounts of damage. But on the downside, on the other hand, we do have the mobility. If you're just looking at the statistics, it might look like 60 kilometers per hour. That is huge, that is a great mobility, but it is absolutely not like you would ever really reach that. The acceleration is really horrible on this one, I've got to warn you. It is probably one of the slowest mediums in the game right now. If you're checking out the power to rate ratio, you notice what I'm talking about there. It is really bad on this one. I was doing a race against an E50M, and the E50M does have the same top speed, yet it is just having a bit more power to rate ratio, which just allowed it to be 1 second faster on the test track here. So other tanks that are more mobile, like Russian Mets or the Leo for example, they are obviously just way faster than this tank. Let's have another look at the armor profile. It does appear to be pretty red when seeing it the first time, but actually you do get penetrated straight through the front even by mediums that don't have a lot of penetration. And the pike nose obviously is sometimes helping you to bounce off shots if you are lucky, I've got to say. It's really not like you would bounce a tremendous amount of shots on this tank. You do get penetrated most of the times, and enemies really have to do some mistakes to bounce off of you or really be unlucky. Let's say it like this. Apart from that, the turret, it does have some decent armor. There is a cupola on the right side. On the other side though, you do have a much weaker turret in the front already, where everyone just needs to use their heat and will easily butter through the turrets there. For the big guns, this tank already looks a lot different than to the mediums. The big guns will even be able to penetrate you with the AP straight through the front of the turret, and they will be able to have a much easier time at penetrating your front and hull overall. There are a few weak spots for HEs on the sides and also on the back of the turret, which is rather uncommon, but yeah, just so you know. So for last, is this tank really something for you? Well, it is currently super expensive. The crates in the shop are really not cheap at all. 50% drop chance is not bad, but mostly you will have to spend almost enough to get 20 crates or 25 even. Keep in mind there is the 25 charms option also, so if you get 25 crates you will definitely get the tank, but that might cost you a ton of money already. And yeah, it is really an expensive tank, so maybe you might consider to just keep the purchase for later and buy it once it gets to be on the shop for real gold, real money. Although that's probably still going to take it some time. To me personally, this tank is not the most outstanding. It is rather average. It does have this poor mobility, it does have the great DPM. The armor, yeah, it does have its ups and downs. It's really not that great. It is a fun tank to play, and I think it is, as it is rather average in most regards, it is a solid tank even for the less experienced players on medium tanks. So it might still be something for you if you don't have insane medium stats. Yet if you are not on the highest level or not on a great level, then you might reconsider if it is even worth spending that much money on a medium tank at all. But yeah, that's already it, guys. So much about this short tank review. I hope you might take this into consideration when thinking about buying this tank or buying the crates possibly already, or waiting for it. And I will still test it out on stream later on. Also, if you maybe want to have some more tactical knowledge, check out my last video on a Blitz 101, and maybe see you on Twitch then. See the link in the description down below. Thanks for watching.